The Internet of Things is defined as the network of physical objects that contain embedded technology to communicate and sense or interact with their internal states or the external environment. This references multiple devices connecting to one another, allowing them to share data between them. Currently, it is predicted that around 46 billion devices are connected to the Internet of Things, with another 31 billion on the way by the end of 2021 alone. However, with this rise in popularity over the past decades, rising concern has not been far behind. As you can see from this extract in the conversation, Kevin and Dana talk about having all their smart devices connected to one another in their homes. Letting these devices that could share so much information to any other device on the network into our lives and, as of the past years, into our homes means our private lives are more vulnerable than ever. Smart homes are just one example of the Internet of Things becoming more involved in our private lives. Smart speakers like the Amazon Echo and Google Home can be found in almost every modern home, with 58 million sold in the fourth quarter of 2020 alone. They listen for a user to say an activation phrase like "OK Google," then respond to voice commands. However, these devices can record conversations and in extreme cases have had these conversations accidentally sent to their contacts or complete strangers. Dana mentions that like any system, a smart home network could be hacked. So whilst the device itself isn't built to record conversations with malicious intent, the technology exists, and the user could have their private conversations released to the public, their friends, employers, anyone that the hacker sees fit. Certain legislation has been put in place to help prevent such attacks. The Computer Misuse Act aims to protect users from cyber attacks. It states that anyone is at risk of prosecution if they cause a computer to perform any function with intent to secure access to any program or data held in any computer. The access they intend to secure is unauthorized and that they know at the time when they cause the computer to perform the function that this is the case. This protects a user's personal devices from being misused, like ovens being turned on without the owner knowing and causing gas leaks. But thanks to the anonymity of data breaches and cyber attacks, this law is incredibly difficult to enforce without constant surveillance of a user's systems so that the law can be ready to trace an attack once it happens. Another bigger issue with privacy, thanks to the increased connectivity, is data mining or harvesting. Data mining is basically the process whereby large sets of data are analysed in order to find patterns, relationships, and trends that otherwise might be missed through more traditional analysis methods. Activity on social media produces a small amount of data per user, but combined with every other user's data, this gives the company that owns the platform big data, which can be mined to discover trends that you and other users follow, then recommend products to you through any device that they can trace back to you. In 2015, this data was worth $11.96 to Facebook per user, which is provided through ad revenue, and this number increases as methods of collecting data become more and more involved in our personal lives. Even unlikely sources like smart fridges could store data on a user's eating habits, dietary restrictions, and sleep cycle. This data could be collected easier than data from a personal computer or social media activity, seeing as it is relatively new technology and not seen as a threat in the public eye. The current issue with the collection of data is that it remains a grey area. GDPR gives users the right to access and delete personal data from databases and object to the collection of it entirely. However, objecting to the terms of social media platforms and smart devices typically denies the user access to its services. With 2.9 billion active users a month on Facebook as of the last quarter of 2021, it's no secret that most people would rather have their data processed than give up on social media. And it's not too surprising, seeing as that data mining seeks to customize the user experience. Nothing is forced on the user more than personalized advertising. In conclusion, inviting these devices into our homes and to communicate with the outside world risks our privacy being exposed. However, due to the use of personal data being mostly for marketing purposes and our own benefit, we could very soon see virtual assistants tailored to our lifestyles, organizing our lives and making them easier. Without proper regulation and legislation, our privacy will be the price to pay for such luxuries.